What's up guys, Pablo here at Sun City Garage EPTX. So now that you have seen that we have the Datsun here as a project car, we took out the wiring harness. So a little background to what's going on. We started, basic stuff. Your spark plugs, ignition coil, your distributor, all the simple stuff. And try to get it to crank, it cranks, doesn't turn over. Found out that this ignition switch, well, this is like a ignition switch from the Datsun 240Z. And then we went ahead and crossed a bridge between the positive side of the coil to the battery, like immediately, like a direct switch, so we can crank it, get it going, turned on. Everything turned on, but it just was on, like fully. It was an experience to see that thing like just turn on. But right now we're at where we replaced the ignition switch, took out that like wire from the coil to the battery, and all she does is just crank right now. So I just took the chance to remove this whole wiring harness so we can go ahead and just get it freshened up and see if maybe we find a break in the wiring harness. And yeah, that's all we're gonna do today. But right now we're gonna go ahead and do a little time lapse for you. So cue the time lapse. Wrapping this wiring harness, we're also replacing some plugs. To be specific, these plugs, these are some bullet style plugs. This is a female end, looks like that, and then this is a male end, looks like a bullet. Old school style plugs, and we're not doing anything crazy. All we're doing is something more, a little bit more modern, something affordable that even you can do. I mean, I'm doing it here, but like what we're doing is we're snipping it off. This one in particular goes directly to the clock inside the car. So these are analog clocks in these Datsuns. So what we're doing here is we are cutting the connector off, and we're crimping some new connectors, some more modern ones. And right here, that's what it looks like. I don't know if you can see it, but we cut it off, put a spade connector right there, and then we have some heat shrink right here in the harness, well, in the wire, not the harness, because this isn't the harness anymore. And we're gonna put it over where the wire finishes. What we're gonna do, we're gonna grab our torch, and we're gonna go ahead and let the heat shrink do its job. Onto the wire so that nothing is exposed, with the exception of the spade, what's actually being connected. So there's one. So here's an example. This is a negative, this is a positive, and you can see that the negative is different from the positive as far as the connectors go. That is just to simplify things and we don't get confused as to what goes where if the color wasn't already an indication. Alright, so we just finished wrapping up the wiring harness and took a little longer than expected because I had to remove the electrical tape once again. Totally forgot that we had these wires that were unlabeled, but managed to figure out where they go. All the extra stuff like the lights, all these lights for the dash, some, I guess, some sensors. There's an extra wire here, an extra set of wires actually, for a buzzer on the Datsun, and I do not believe mine came equipped with one, but it is there. So I'm gonna go ahead and zip tie it to the harness, but I'll go ahead and show you how it really came out. Alright, so there we go. So that there is the wrapping of a 1969 Datsun Roadster with some Tesla tape. And if you have any questions, put it in the comments, and go ahead and like, share, subscribe to the channel. I look forward to doing some more work on the 1969 Datsun Roadster. See you later.